Hey guys, it's J19 brought to you with a live stream discussion about, you guessed it, I've been telling you guys for the last day or so, it's going to be Final Fantasy VII Remake series direction, where I think it's going to go. There's a lot of speculations and theories out there. I listened to a lot of content creators and their thoughts, their theories, their speculation. I'm going to just talk about, I'm going to put those all together and have my own like what I think is going to happen. I might agree with them, I might disagree, but before we get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, if you want more content of Final Fantasy VII Remake, the series, going forward on my channel, feel free to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay notified when I go live or upload my next video. And I'm gonna pull up the YouTube on my phone, and we're gonna get this started. Give me one moment, guys. Almost done. Alright. I don't know how long this stream's going to be. We're just going to leave it here on this this menu here, just to look at Tifa, Cloud, and of course Aerith. Awesome level. I will be streaming more Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. I do want to complete this series for the PlayStation 5. But I'm also working on Tales of Arise, getting myself ready for Dying Light 2, and also Horizon Forbidden West next month for streams. But that's not what we're here for. I just want to address that right away. We are here to discuss my direction, the direction I think Final Fantasy VII Remake series is gonna go forward with. There's a lot of speculations out there and theories about multiverse timelines. There's a Beagle stamp. There's the Terrier stamp timeline. Zack's not alive in a different timeline, and of course, Cloud and them are on the Beagle timeline and all that. But we're gonna focus on what I think is gonna happen. So yes, there's gonna be spoilers for Final Fantasy VII Remake going forward, Final Fantasy VII OG, and possibly some other compilations of the game. But let's get right in the thick of things. I think right away, we all think, okay, Cloud and them, they left the singularity, which when they're inside the singularity, they haven't changed. They, like, everything that's been changed around them, as far as like the past, the present, and the future, that's been changed, but they were protected from that. We all know that. We all know that, and some new info have come up that Cloud is actually he carries the burden of creation, at the edge of creation, and Square Enix have also confirmed that Sephiroth carries the burden of death. So it's creation versus death. That's what Square Enix is trying to do here. And Sephiroth wants Cloud to join him because with the power of Cloud at his right hand, there's nothing Sephiroth can do because he knows that Cloud is able to get things done. So that's why I think that it's creation versus death, it's good versus evil, it's light versus dark. That's already been set up. Thank you Square Enix for giving us that kind of info. I'm not sure what the burdens that Cloud has to carry for being the burden, the burdens of creation. But I think he's got to protect life. And Sephiroth, he wants to create none but death because that's what he is. I also know that Sephiroth, he's going to be a lot bigger threat than he was in the OG. The OG Final Fantasy VII, he wanted to call Meteor and wound the planet so much that he'd go at the center of the wound and just suck in all the Mako, the life stream energy, and become a godlike form and use the planet as his vessel. But I don't think he's gonna be like OG version. Wherever they're setting up for Sephiroth, he's gonna be way more dark. He's gonna be way more powerful. We just fought just a little snippet of Sephiroth, and everybody's complaining and say, now what are they gonna do? That's like the grand hoo-ah of no. That's just a small sample of Sephiroth's power. So just think about that. That's just a little small sample of Sephiroth's power. And why do you think that Aerith goes, he's the biggest threat? She's worried. And so we take that in effect. And Aerith, she don't know what's going to happen. Like, she has a sick feeling, pit in her stomach. We talked about that. She don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Want to know why? Because the Bigo timeline that we all played leading up to the Singularity, she knew that timeline. The Bigo timeline was the original timeline. And who was making changes? Sephiroth did. Sephiroth was making changes to the timeline because he was keeping Cloud from meeting Aerith, and Cloud was already making his presence known with the feather in the Mako reactor. When Cloud saw it, he freaked out. I also think. Oh, sorry, my throat's really dry tonight. I did a lot of talking with my friend. We just got done playing Dying Light 1, which is fun. But, where was I? Lost my train of thought. Hang on, guys. Having brain fart. Okay, so the Bigo timeline. We all know about that. And then, what happened? We started messing around with the Whispers, defeating Whispers little by little, and guess what happened? We're getting flashes of the future. And then, we already know, I already explained this in my spoiler discussion about how Red 13 said that these glimpses are what if we fail here today. This is going to be our end if we fail here today. Because if we fail here today, that's the ending we're getting. That's not good. Not good. That's a bad ending. So, as we're changing, as we're defying fate in the final chapter, which nobody knows what the heck's going on. It's like, what the heck are we? Are we in Kingdom Hearts BS? Are we in the Moral Land? What the heck's going on? But I'm telling you guys, this is my deep down gut feeling. When we defeated the Whispers, the Bigo timeline's gone. Just saying, the Bigo timeline is gone. There's no more. There's no more. The Yuffie DLC, that took place before the events of the Singularity. That's why the Whispers were present. That's why you saw the Bigo stamp. But what's the last stamp we see? We saw Fly in front of the camera, and it says on the bottom, it said original. Thank you, Schrodinger's Baby Seal on your stream with Nice Guy Prince. Shout out to him. Him and a few others pointed out that Square Enix did that for a reason. They put that bag in front of the camera real slow-like, so you see it says original flavor. People will say, oh, it's a different flavored bag of chips. No, it's still the original one, but guess what? It's not the Beagle timeline. It's the Terrier timeline. The Terrier stamp. So, what I think is going to happen now, Zack is not in the alternative timeline. Because the events that took place in Singularity, Zack is alive. They already talked about Zack's victory. They said Zack's victory in the Ultimania. That means Zack's alive. He survived. He's taking Cloud back to Midgard, whether you like the idea or not. It's happening. So Zack is alive. So you say, okay, fine. So does that mean, everybody's thought, myself included, for the longest time, that, okay, we're going to have a Laguna type of situation, but we're not. And everybody, including Schrodinger Baby Seal and a lot of other content creators, I watched some of the streams, they said that it wouldn't work if we did a Laguna storyline for Zack, or have a multiverse timelines where everything's all converging together and it's all convoluted crap mess. I don't think Square Enix is not doing that. They know that they can't do that with Final Fantasy VII. It doesn't fit the lore. Maybe in Final Fantasy 13-2 was fine with that because it worked. It worked out. I really enjoyed that game, but it would not work in Final Fantasy VII. It is not what it's for. And a lot of us is thinking, okay, so does that mean that Zack and Cloud of them are on the Beagle timeline, or maybe the Terrier timeline? I think this is the answer. I remember when I said the Beagle timeline is destroyed. We defied destiny. We did what Sephiroth wanted. Sephiroth is now he's in the victory lane. He's on the final lap. He's a lap ahead now. He's ahead of the game now. He knew that once we defeated Whispers and defied fate, now it's a whole new ball game. Now Sephiroth has got all this power. He's got all this power. We just saw a little snippet of it in Remake. And everybody goes, well, this ain't the Sephiroth that we know. He's different. He's not the OG. Because the OG timeline is done. That's the stamp. Stamp timeline is the original game's timeline. We are on a brand new timeline now. It's the Terrier timeline. So when we get to Calm, we start strolling into Calm. Do not be amazed or surprised if you start seeing the Terrier timeline, the Terrier bags of the stamp chips. I think that's what's going to happen. And a lot of us are thinking to go, okay, so what does that mean? Does that mean that Cloud and them are on a different timeline as made same timeline as Zack? And what about the Beagle timeline? So are we gonna have like a multiverse where, Zack is on a different timeline and different characters live and different characters die? No. It ain't gonna work like that. It would not work. I think because we changed the Singularity. Hey Popstar, welcome to the chat. We're getting really in the thick of things now with the directions, I think. The stamp Terrier timeline is done. It's gone. So we're on the Beagle. We're on the Terrier timeline. So when we get to Calm, we're going to see the Terrier. It might not even happen at Calm. In part 2, I guaranteed, we're going to see the Terrier stamp logo. And everybody's going to say, okay, so what does that mean? I think Square Enix is smart. They want to give us a fresh new story, but it's going to hit the beats of the original, okay? We're still going to visit Calm. Cloud's going to still tell his backstory. We're still going to track down Sephiroth and see what the hell he's up to. That's all going to happen. We're still going to go to Jonan. We're still going to go to the Mythical Caves and the Chocobo Bill Farm. We're still going to visit all these areas, but it's going to be a different. It's going to be a different story. As they know, they said they want to keep like the faithful, like keep the game on the source material of Final Fantasy VII, they want to respect the original. That's one way of doing it. Like, have Cloud and them go on the same exact quest of finding Sephiroth and visiting these locations that we all love and grew on playing the game, and say, man, I cannot wait to see this area. We will. We're going to see all the same areas. I wouldn't be shocked if we see brand new areas. The compilation. There's stuff in the compilation that there's stuff like that we haven't seen yet. I think we will see some new areas. I would love to. We're going to see some new things. We're going to see. It's just not going to be a one-for-one remake. We already knew that. Game 1 sets the foundation. What do we see? We saw a pretty faithful game, which we're going to get in Game 2. But we're going to see a significant difference. We're going to see a significant difference in the way the characters act. We already seen it. Cloud, he's acting more like a goofball. Tifa is already acting like herself. Aerith is already letting her on. She knows more than what we believe on. A lot of these characters are starting to mature, and their story arc a little sooner than normal. That's because it's a different feeling. It's a different game. It's not one for one. We're gonna see like it was in Game 1. We're gonna hit the story beats, but it's gonna be a little bit different. Like the Honeybee Inn, very faithful, especially with Cloud's gotta get dressed. Aerith gotta get dressed. There's Hell House. We still gotta see Don Corneo. He's gotta choose a woman, and all that. That's one example of that. Aerith and Cloud meeting in the church. I don't want to talk about Remake because we did all that in my spoiler discussion, which, go check that out. It's almost 5 hours long. But we're here to talk about the direction I think is going to go. We are on the Terrio timeline. We are going to visit all the places beat for beat. I think we are going to see some new areas. I'm betcha we're going to see some new chapters. Just like Game 1. Chapter 4. Chapter 14. Somewhat. Chapter 17. Chapter 18 towards the end. All brand new, right? Chapter 13 was brand new. That wasn't added in. That was not part of the original game. We're going to see new stuff. We're going to see more deep dive in the lore. I still think that Square Enix themselves, Nomura, Katase, and all the co-directors and all that, and Najima, I know, deep down, they know that the compilation of Final Fantasy VII are not executed right. They're not executed the right way, and they know the fans are not happy about it. They don't really want to discuss the compilation. And we're seeing it. We're seeing nods. We're seeing it being canon. We're especially in Yuffie DLC, we see Nero and Vice and Deep Ground. They came back. Everybody thought, no way. There's no way Deep Ground's coming in this remake. They did. The DLC. How many chapters I think is going to be in part 2? I think it's going to be about as long as Game 1. And they might push it to 20 chapters. I think 20 chapters would be long enough. There are 18 locations, but if you want to expand upon things and add new stuff, I can see 20 chapters. I can see next game being bigger than part 1. Because Nomura said that he wants to get these games out quickly and shorter, but I don't think they can without content, and they know they can't do that. So I think between 18 and 20 chapters, I can't see them going over 20 chapters. So we gotta go see Calm, the flashback, which we're gonna start in the flashback, by the way. I think we're gonna start the game. Either we'll see Cloud and them get settled in the inn, and Cloud starts telling the story, or we're gonna wake up, start the game off in a knee-behind flashback, right in the back of that truck, with a young Sephiroth and a very young Cloud, or Cloud doing squats and being excited about having materia and going to his hometown. that's excellent. Excellent tutorial. It teaches you new team up attacks. I talked about that in the spoiler discussions and other previous videos, so I won't go on much like that. So we'll see Calm, Chocobo Ranch, Chocobo Bill's Ranch, the Mytho Caves. I would not be surprised if we have like a boss and or like a sneak, like a stealth. Some people came up with this idea, which like I said, I'm taking some of the things I agree with other content creators and other people that talked about it. One person said that it'd be really creepy, since in Midgard Zalem, there's a lot of people that don't like snakes. What if Cloud and them gotta sneak around and trying to stealth their way through the marshes? And the marshes are very foggy. It's like, you're up to your waist. You gotta try to move and like hide from the Midgard Zalem. Or maybe just something like that. Maybe we end up fighting it probably like chapter 2 or chapter 3. It'd be a Midgard Zalem fight. That'd be awesome. It'd be sick. Or we fight it and we just barely escape with our lives, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know if they're gonna keep the scene with the Midgard Zalem dead on a spike. That would be cool to see, but since they took out the Shedner headquarters massacre, and we already fought Sephiroth, so it's like, why show his power unless you really want to like amp it up and just showcase, say, hey, remember that Sephiroth you fight is just a little sample. This is what he can do. Show like a gruesome snake, a 100-foot snake dead on a pike, and a Sephiroth done it. Something like that. End chapter 2, and the team goes, so what the heck did we just fight? Did we just fight Sephiroth? Like, was it just like a clone of him or something? It's like, this is like more power than we ever imagined. So, or something like that. I don't know how they're gonna work it, but we're still gonna see that in Junon, yada yada. I think the best way for them to end it is, it depends how far they want to stretch it. Nibelheim, when the team makes it to Nibelheim and they meet Vincent and they have a big battle with Genova or some kind of creature, a big mega boss. I don't know how they're gonna work it, but if they really want to ramp up the series and say, hey guys, we gotta get the series done in like 3 games, then they gotta go all the way to the capital city, the Forgotten City. I think I know it's a long stretch, but if you go that route, it's gonna be over 20 chapters. It's gonna be a massive game, but we'll see. But right now, I think that we are on the Terrier timeline. The Beagle timeline is dead. Cloud and Zack and Zack and the group are on the same timeline. Zack is still in Midgar. He's trying to find Aerith. He's like, Aerith, where are you? I think that people don't believe me. Before Zack panned out, I did this in my spoiler discussion, that Zack is in the same timeline as Cloud, because you see just a little piece of a missing sky. Yeah. Yeah, get out of there, you little bot. Yeah. Don't worry about the stupid bot. I'll have to try to block it. Report. Hang on, guys. I gotta do this. I don't want that clogging up my frickin' thing. Alright. Random stupid bots is messing up my my train of thought. I don't know why these bots show up, but once in a while it's just YouTube allows it to happen. I don't understand it. But anyways, so yeah, we're on the Terry timeline. It's gonna be new stuff. I ain't gonna be able to like explain like the different dialogue. We're gonna get a lot of banter with the crew. I don't know why my throat's so dry. My goodness. Oh man. Oh man, that's a lot better. I might have to keep this short. My that's so dry and stuff. So, anyways, before I end it, I want to keep going a little bit longer. The banter. I think the banter between the crew is gonna be awesome. I think we have similar banter like we see like throughout game 1 and the ending of Intermission and Integrate and the original remake, with them like talking, joking around, and just having like a heart-to-heart, human-to-human talk interaction. Man, I cannot wait. We're gonna see that. We're gonna see some very dark moments. If you guys really want to think, a lot of people think that Cloud is gonna turn evil. You know, Sephiroth's gonna make Cloud have a mental breakdown. He's connected with Sephiroth because of Genova and Mako. Genova cells. So I agree with a lot of content creators that say that Cloud's gonna turn evil and we're gonna have to end up fighting him. And my goodness, when we fight him, it's gonna be an epic battle. Cloud's got power. He's got power. He's got strength. I think our team might end up losing. Wouldn't that be something? Our team actually loses the Cloud, and Cloud is like gone, missing in action, and it's like Empire Strike Back. I could see that happening. Cloud has already made Tifa. Tifa's like, Cloud, you're scaring me. It's like, who are you? And even though Cloud is like smiling and he's like joking around with Barrett, say, hey, you need to get some sleep, you need to take a break, take a rest. And he smirks when Barrett starts talking. That's all fine and dandy. Everybody's having a wonderful ball, but we're gonna see some very dark moments in this game. This game is dark. It's about loss. It's about life. It's about death. So we are gonna see some characters die in this game. And I cannot wait for certain scenes. Now, as far as Aerith dying, that's 50-50. Right now, we're on the Terry timeline. Nobody has answers for. The unknown journey shall continue. They've done that for a reason. What do you think they told us to pay attention? It's like, did you see the stamp bag? Did you see it? It's like, yes, Square Enix, we see it. We know what you're doing. Hopefully people watch this. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please share it. Share my thoughts with other content creators, with your friends, with your family, those who want to know. I personally think that we are on the Terry timeline. The Beagle timeline's gone because we defied fate. So that timeline don't matter anymore. We're on the new story, folks. We're heading off in the direction of the unknown. So Aerith dying, we don't know. Cloud having mishaps, like get his story arc, we don't know. Tifa, we don't know. Barrett, I hope they're still gonna hit scenes. I still expect Barrett to meet dying. What a big moment that's gonna be. Emotional moment. Like, it's gonna be a shocker to a lot of new fans. Could we see Genesis? Oh, who knows? Zack is alive. He's on the same timeline as Cloud and them. The Terry timeline, the Terry bag swooped right in front of the camera and he says, is that all of them? Zack lived. Zack's victory. Did you see the stamp bag? Did you see it? Yeah. Woohoo. Yeah. Cloud carries the burden of creation. Sephiroth carries the burden of death. He's got to carry, Sephiroth's about defying fate, and it's all about him. He don't care who dies. He stabbed Barrett. Whisper's couldn't stop that. They had to revive Barrett. Sephiroth has power that even the Whispers couldn't stop. He absorbed the Whispers in the fight. We are dealing with a lot stronger, tougher, and more threatening Sephiroth in this saga, in this series. And we might lose Cloud. Cloud might actually destroy the party. What if? What if this? What happened man, this just hit me. Let's talk about this real quick. Nibelheim, when Cloud goes there and he starts having mental breakdown. What if Cloud starts fighting his teammates and Cloud defeats them? Like, Cloud literally, he defeats his party members, and they feel hopeless. They feel hopeless, like they don't know what to do. What if it is Vincent? Vincent swoops in, like, he swoops in and all that, and it's like, who was that guy? And he actually stops Cloud. He stops Cloud in his tracks. As Vincent, oh boy, he's got the power of chaos. He's got the power of chaos, especially from their surface. They're gonna use that. They're gonna use that in this game. Vincent's got all kinds of power because of what happened to him, and that's another video for another time. But yeah, what happened? What if, like, Cloud's the final boss? Man, what if final boss of part 2? Let's do it. At Nibelheim. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Wow, really? Again? I'm sorry, guys. I know, right? I don't understand, like, where these bots come from. But they're trying to mess up this live stream. It's not gonna work. So guys, I apologize for the distraction. I don't know what happened there. Like, I started getting more bots like the last month or so when I started streaming. Like, bots just started, like, now I'm getting sexual bots. They're wanting me to join this website. It's like, I tell you, the world's coming to a place I don't want to see it. But anyways, we're not about that. Let's talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm probably gonna end it shortly because that bot's gonna drive me nuts. But so yeah, this is the all-be-all theory. We're on the Terry timeline. Big ol' stamp is gone. We're on the Terry timeline. Zack's on the same one. I wouldn't be shocked if Zack catches up with the team and Zack ends up joining the party. It's gonna be Zack. You have Zack. Square Enix, they love to please their fans. There's a lot of Zack fanboys out there and fangirls. They scream Zack's name. They love him. They're like his favorite character. And Square Enix knows this. They say, you know what? We'll put him in the game. Make him playable. Not playable, maybe. Maybe he just joins the party or catches up with the party. And he helps the team somehow. It's because they can't tell a convoluted storyline with multiverse timelines and having two timelines with different. I mean, it's going to be extremely hard. This is their pride and joy. This is their baby. They can't mess it up. They already said that. It's like, we gotta respect the source material. The only way to do that is you can't go back on your word. You can't say, well, we defied destiny, but we're going to go 1-for-1 with the story. No, you can't do that. You're going to make people pissed. Follow your heart, Square Enix. Do what you want to do with your story. I'm looking forward to it. Am I worried about Zack and how they're going to execute him? Absolutely. Am I worried about Cloud's story arc? Absolutely. But you know what? I'm looking forward to it. My mind's made up. No more what ifs. It's time for us, all of us, to get excited. If you're worried, that's fine. Go watch the 2015 E3 trailer. Listen to the narrator. Square Enix knows where a lot of us are at unease about this reunion at hand. They knew. They knew that this series here is going to make a lot of people go, I don't know, man. I'm very skeptical. I'm worried. It's okay. Join this journey with them. Those of you who quit playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, say, I'm done with Square Enix, I'm done with Final Fantasy. It's sad to see you guys go. But those of you who are skeptical, please just wait until part 2. And just know this, I think that they're going to tell a good story. The unknown journey will continue. And we are on the Terror timeline. Zack is going to meet up with a party somehow. He's going to get involved. There's no getting out of that. They can't just write off Zack now. He appeared twice in the ending. Gotta use him. Biggs and Wedge. Biggs, you got your first like this stream. Okay, cool. Thank you for that. I thought you said, at first I looked at that, I thought it said like first strike. I'm like, oh no, I don't need a strike. I guess I'll just run around for a little bit. I'll just change it up a little bit. But yeah, I just think that we're on the Terror timeline. Zack's gonna play a role. I wouldn't be surprised if Genesis somehow makes an appearance, because you know what? They use Deep Ground. They already using elements from Crisis Core. They're already hinting and nodding at Genesis with a vanilla white apple, and they're also with the S&G cells. You know, Genesis soldiers. You know, soldiers been made from Genesis cells. Square Enix is hinting Genesis might show up. GAC might be included. We don't know. But just, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't know every, like I said, I don't know every detail. But I just know this. I think my mind's made up. We're on the Terror timeline now. Brand new timeline. Anything can happen. They know they gotta respect the source material. Red 13 is gonna be playable. We'll get Kashi or K-Sif. His model's already been made. We're gonna get Yuffie. Sid's model not done, but the combat maybe. If we don't end the knee behind, because Square Enix has hinted that, not really hinted, but they showcased that. Okay, he uses a pole, a staff. He does have some moves that kind of resemble Sid. I could see us going further than knee behind, but if we're gonna end the knee behind, that'd be a good spot. But if not, they gotta take it all the way to the capital, Forgotten City. I think that's a good stopping point for part 2. But either way, whatever major happens, it's gonna be something big, and I cannot wait. And I think, with that said, I think I'm gonna end it here. I just want to give you guys direction where they're gonna go. It's a one timeline, Terror timeline. Zack's involved. He's on the same timeline as Cloud. Sephiroth's a major threat. We're gonna see all the places we know and love, expanded upon, lore added to make it more in depth. We're gonna see more character growth with these characters. They're gonna grow up faster than we think. We're gonna all love them. We're gonna fall in love, and meet some new interesting characters along the way. Along with meeting Sith, I can't wait to hear his voice actor. Can't wait to see what they do for him. Vincent, Sid, and whoever else. Whoever else they plan on doing. So with that said, I think I'm going to call it good. This is about the direction I think that Final Fantasy VII Remake series is going to go from here on out. No multiverse timelines, no multitude timelines, no two timelines where they converge and Cloud and Zack meet and happy-go-lucky fight Sephiroth together as a team. If you do that, then what are you going to do about the other 7 party members, or 8 party members? You can't do that. You can't just say, well, you guys ain't bad. Me and Cloud, we got this. We got this. We're bros. We're bros. No. Zach's gonna team. He's gonna come with the party. Either he's gonna join, and man, I don't know. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be wild. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see more Final Fantasy VII Remake series content, series speculation, if you guys got any ideas you want to throw at me, feel free to leave in the comments below. I'll have the links in the description below for my Twitch, Twitter. Twitch I'm not using yet, but Twitter, feel free to give me a follow. Discord, let's join Discord. We can talk more about my speculations, my theories. And I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream discussion. I'm sorry about the bot. It distracted me twice. I hope it never happens again. I'm sick of it. But with that said, hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Keep on keeping on. I'll catch you all in the next video or live stream. I cannot wait for part 2. And remember, guys, the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII is the 31st of this month. There's no way Square Enix is not going to do something about it. We got to get Ever Crisis news. We need updates for First Soldier. And they could actually start talking about part 2. Because remember, I know Final Fantasy 16 is delayed, and everybody said that's the first major priority, which it is. But remember this. What got announced before Final Fantasy 16 is part 2. So, legally, Creative Business Unit 1, Katase, Nomura, Toriyama, Najima, and them, they do have the right, if as long as it's okay by their company, to start marketing for part 2. Because we're about a year or so away, guys, from part 2. And I feel it in my guts. So I hope you guys enjoyed the speculation theories. Let me know what you guys think. You guys think that we're on the Terry timeline, or do you still think that it's going to be a multiverse timelines like Final Fantasy 13-2, and we're just going to go all over the place? Or maybe a Laguna situation. So let me know in the comments below. As always, I love you guys. Thanks for love and support as always. Stick around for more content on Final Fantasy VII Remake series as we continue to get more news and updates. I'll try to do more videos on this game. I really love it. It's my favorite game of all time, outside Final Fantasy VII. So you guys be safe out there. Be nice to each other. Love you guys. Thanks for love and support. I'll talk to you on the next video. Love you guys. God bless.